In other big news, NVIDIA and ARM ain't getting together. The deal is officially canceled after pretty much everyone objected to it. SoftBank will instead take ARM public in an IPO, which was their original plan to begin with. They are leaning towards listing on the NASDAQ stock exchange. However, they remain embroiled in a legal fight with the head of their Chinese joint venture, Ellen Wu, after the board tried to remove him. ARM warned they had been stopped from auditing the accounts last month, which their CFO, Inder Singh, admitted they will need to fix in China to proceed with their plans. Ruh-roh. That's a little awkward.
Yeah.
Man, if I was like really, you know what I want to know is what would prevent us from taking Linus Media Group public? Like, I think people would buy shares in Linus Media Group.
Yeah, but you don't want them to.
Right. Aside from that, though.
Okay.
Aside from me, what would prevent... I actually know so little about the process, because my understanding is
I know nothing about
the main benefits of being a public company are, A, when you do your initial sale of stock, you get a cash infusion because people just give you money and then you have that to spend on expanding your business. And then beyond that, my understanding is somehow your market cap affects how much you can borrow. Like it's some kind of indicator that financial institutions will look at to determine your level of creditworthiness.
Sure. Yeah.
So beyond that, what's the point? I don't really get it. Why would I go public?
I don't know.
People say as long as you own the majority, it's all good. Could you do it for only, say, 30% of the company so we could invest, but you retain control? But why would you do that, Commander Crazy? I mean, you already subscribed to Float Plane, so clearly you just like throwing money at me anyhow.
Yeah, like
by the way, thank you.
If you own the company, you can just be like, nope, no dividends ever.
Yeah, I mean, we could. That's not very nice.
No.
That's not like a nice thing to do. Initial capital infusion, ability to use stock as financial compensation for employees, etc.
I mean, I think you can do that anyways.
LTT coin to the moon. We were so like gonna do a coin, and then the whole thing just got like extremely. We were like, this is terrible. Forget it. I even said on WAN Show, there's some ancient clips of me being like, LTT coin is coming. You better believe it. And we had even come up with some pretty cool things that we wanted to do with it.
Yeah.
But what we realized is that no cryptocurrency was ever about there being something actually useful to do with it.
Yeah.
So there you go.
You can buy and sell drugs.
Sorry, what?
Cryptocurrencies?
Oh, okay. Yeah, fair enough. But that's not why anyone ever created one. Like, there's no drug coin. There's probably drug coin, but people just use like regular cryptocurrencies for that.
Yeah.
I know this one. You are then beholden to shareholders. Freudian slip. You either own 50% plus one and make a bunch of money, or stay private until you realize you've passed the point of inflection where your ability to make more money stops growing. Yeah, okay. I mean, if you blew up in 10 years, early stockholders would make a profit. Yeah, that's true. I just don't know if I would see, I just don't know if we'd see that kind of explosive growth. We've always been slow and steady, slow and steady, slow and steady wins the race. It's just the only reason that I've been thinking about it more lately is because we can't relocate. I can't ask the team to do that. We're realistically not going to move to Kamloops or somewhere affordable.
Our window for that is kind of gone.
And we've gotten to a point in Lower Mainland real estate where we could lease, but I don't like having an uncertain future.
Yeah.
So I would want to own whatever headquarters. We own the headquarters we're in now. That was the... Oh man, by how much? By a lot. The largest investment that I had ever made in my life.
Yeah.
When we bought this headquarters, but boy, has it ever paid off.
Yeah.
I mean, we would have already paid a landlord what this place has cost us, and they would have gained like 3x their initial investment in equity, because that's how much real estate is going up here. So the problem with that is that as our company grows and our revenues grow, the real estate cost is growing alongside us, so we can't afford anything big enough that we could actually grow into. And so that was something that made me think maybe this is the time that we do need to actually raise cash. Because I don't need it to like make more pillows or print more shirts or even buy lab equipment. That's going to be a big investment, but it's manageable. It's something that we can build up over time. And as long as it's something you can build up over time and it's one-time purchases, well, that's manageable. You can plan for that, right? But like it would be a tens of millions of dollars investment to get a new place to move into. And I just don't have that kind of capital. And that's something that I think would significantly change our ability to grow over the years. The problem is just that you create this, DJ Spark says, I'd love to invest. I would hope for dividends, but I'd be happy with just carrying the stock until retirement. But the problem is that unless we actually carry on, unless we find a way to make the business sustainable, beyond my prime years, I'm past them. I'm going to be 36, I guess. Like, I ain't getting younger at this point. And so we'd have to find a way to make LMG sustainable in the very long term for me to be able, in good conscience, to take your money in exchange for shares in this company. So, yeah.
Jaden said, or relocate LMG, so he probably wasn't listening to earlier, that I tried to convince Linus and Yvonne a long time ago on a few different locations, but that ship has definitely sailed. There's way too many routes here. Like,
Yep.
The amount of people that have bought or have leases on places, the amount of people that we've had relocate here, it's not exactly easy to just pick up the amount of people and families that are connected to the people that live here. That would be spouses of the people that live here needing to get a new job at another
Yep.
location. Like, that would be extremely destructive at this point.
And Linus Media Group is not a building.
Yeah.
It's people.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be us if we tried to be us somewhere else. It just doesn't work that way. And we just, that's not how we roll. Gremlin Injector says, to add to this, a huge problem recently has been private equity basically owning all the good companies. There's a fraction as many publicly traded companies as there were 20 years ago. Yeah, that's another thing that I read like one article about it and I was like, what is this? SPACs. Have you heard of SPACs? SPACs? Apparently that's a way that people are raising money without going through a lot of the due diligence that's required for a formal IPO.
Special purpose acquisition company?
Yeah. So that's very, very interesting because it would be easier, but it also is apparently rife with abuse.
Yeah, not surprised.
Black Cat Wright says, my worry if you did take it public is that your investors could sue you for any major bad things happening to the company. Yeah, that's something. Being beholden to shareholders is like that's like a nightmare for me.
Lame.
It's an actual nightmare.
Yep.
And Sir Fluffica says maybe a better option would be some kind of merch subscription where you pay monthly for exclusive merch. So the reason we haven't done a subscription for merch already is that I don't believe in people just buying stuff sight unseen without thought. I want purchases on lttstore.com to be driven by clearly superior product quality and design and not just a desire to support us, because the reality of it is producing and shipping these products is extremely resource intensive, carbon intensive, however you want to say it. I don't want people just buying it for no reason. I want us to earn it. I want us to earn your business. So a merch subscription doesn't sit well with me, and we will probably never do one. The only way we would do one is if I had some reason that you guys needed refills of something on a recurring basis. Say, for example, we had a consumable item that we would ship to you every month or something along those lines. I could see us doing that, but something like shirts, no, you guys just, hey, if you're engaged with the content and you're engaged with the brand and you love the quality of the product, you come on the site, you see a design you like, you buy it. We're not just going to send you stuff that you don't want.
A random t-shirt SKU is significantly different than a merch subscription. Those are wildly different things. One of those is I like all the t-shirts and I would like one cheaper, please. And the other one is randomly receiving things on a period basis that you probably don't need or necessarily even want, because a lot of subscription things, people will forget about them and or be too lazy to cancel them, and then stuff's just showing up at your door that you don't want anymore or whatever else is going on.
And what were you talking about again? Oh yeah, mystery shirt. And mystery shirt is actually a way for us to avoid ever having to destroy anything. Man, it just it boils my blood when I see whether it's like food being dumped into the dumpster or shirts that have been spray painted so that they can be disposed
Isn't
of.
it like Louis Vuitton or something that lights their stuff on fire?
I don't know, but I hate it.
Remember,
I hate it every time I see that stuff. So mystery shirt is a way for us to get rid of like the last 7 triple XLs and the last 2 smalls of this design.
So you don't necessarily
and the
want to
7
have
mediums of this one.
You don't necessarily want to have a store entry for a product that only has one size still in stock.
Exactly.
And there's only like 4 of them. Like you don't really want to do that. So it's better to just pull it down and put it up differently. Yeah.